turn out after that one.
And is the youngest driver ever to win a brilliant championship battle.
What if I told you the most badass Formula One driver of all time doesn't care about legacy, bends the rulebook to his will, and once won races before he even had a driver's license? Max Verstappen isn't just fast, he's a force of nature. From jaw-dropping comebacks to unapologetic radio rants, he's redefined what it means to dominate the grid. Love him or hate him, there's no denying it, Max is built different. Here's why. Max Verstappen equals pure chaos and talent. Sid from Ice Age might be one of the goofiest looking characters ever, but drag that sloth into a Formula One car and you pretty much get Max Verstappen. With his wide-eyed look and slightly awkward smile, he didn't look like a world beater until the visor dropped. From day one, Max was pure chaos and raw talent rolled into one. In 2016, during his first race with Red Bull, Max became the youngest ever Formula One winner. He was only 18 years old and didn't even have a driver's license yet.
Max Verstappen wins a Formula One Grand Prix!
While most kids were learning how to parallel park, Max was overtaking Nico Rosberg and holding off veterans like a seasoned pro. And that wasn't a one-time fluke. That same season, he made miraculous saves in the rain at Interlagos and embarrassed more experienced teammates like Daniel Ricciardo. He didn't just have skill, he had instinct. Max found grip where others slid. He attacked corners like he was born to dominate them. But with that talent came a dangerous edge. He defended like his life depended on it, sometimes putting others at risk just to hold a position. Kimi Räikkönen once said, "I don't want to be hit," after racing against him, and he meant it. From the very start, Max was chaotic, unpredictable, and utterly magnetic. It wasn't just that he was fast, it was that you never knew what he'd do next. Early Max was a firecracker, explosive, unpredictable, and sometimes out of control. But as the seasons passed, that raw aggression began to evolve. By 2022 and 2023, Max had matured into a cold, clinical driver who didn't just win, he dismantled his competition. He still had that signature fire, but now it was paired with precision. With the RB18 and RB19, Max wasn't just fast, he was unstoppable. He racked up points so quickly that he could have won the Constructors' Championship without Sergio Perez. He no longer lunged at every opportunity. Instead, he waited, studied, and then struck with surgical accuracy. Gone were the reckless dives and radio tantrums, mostly. In their place was a driver who understood when to push and when to manage. Max began to master tire wear, fuel usage, and race tempo. His driving became less about brute force and more about dominance through control. And he didn't just race other drivers. He played mind games, he forced mistakes, he pressured until they cracked. This evolution made him terrifying because now he wasn't just dangerous in the heat of battle, he was dangerous every single lap. His rivals never knew if Max was holding back or if they were already out of options. Aggression built Max's reputation. Mastery made him a legend. He didn't lose the fire, he just learned how to use it like a weapon. Overdriving, the art of doing too much. When the car isn't perfect, most drivers complain. Max Verstappen just pushes harder. In 2024, Red Bull's RB20 wasn't the monster they hoped for. It had pace, but not consistency. Yet Max kept delivering results, race after race. How? He mastered the dark art of overdriving. Overdriving isn't just going faster, it's extracting everything from a car that doesn't want to give. It's taking a broken setup and still making it competitive. In Miami 2024, Max suffered from floor damage and poor balance, got caught out by a safety car, and still dragged the car to a second-place finish. When the car fails, Max adapts. When strategy falters, he improvises. He doesn't wait for things to go right, he forces them into place. This style is brutal on tires, risky in execution, and nearly impossible to sustain. But Max makes it look natural. Christian Horner even admitted that Max's talent masked Red Bull's issues. The team thought everything was fine because Max kept winning even when the car wasn't at its best. That's not just skill, that's illusion. Max doesn't overdrive because he has to, he overdrives because he knows he can. And when you're that confident in your abilities, even a flawed car becomes a winning machine. Max Verstappen is so fast, he's actually made Red Bull worse. Not intentionally, of course, but when one driver is dragging a flawed car to victory, the team starts thinking the car isn't flawed at all. And that's exactly what happened. Back in 2020, Max was driving the RB16 like it was a turbocharged rocket. Red Bull engineers admitted that they ignored key issues with the car because Max made it look unbeatable. Fast forward to 2024, and history repeated itself. Problems that started in Barcelona 2023 were swept under the rug because Max kept winning. This isn't just a team management issue, it's a Max problem. He's too good. He's able to win in conditions where no one else could even survive. Sergio Perez in the same car couldn't crack the top 5 for 16 straight races. Meanwhile, Max was battling for wins with a car that, according to the data, shouldn't even be near the podium. Red Bull's over-reliance on Max is starting to backfire.
I have no power.
Okay, stand by.
Because when your golden boy can make any car look good, you stop fixing things, you start believing your own hype, and then when the car finally hits its limits, it's too late. In a weird twist, Max Verstappen's brilliance has actually hurt his own team. He's not just carrying Red Bull, he's blinding them. Rule-bending genius. Max Verstappen doesn't just race by the rules, he bends them, stretches them, and sometimes twists them into something completely new. He's not dirty, but he's definitely not squeaky clean either. When he's under pressure, he doesn't back off, he finds loopholes.
Far enough back, he's going to make the lunge down the inside. Hamilton sees it coming. It's a late lunge.
In Brazil 2021, Max ran Lewis Hamilton wide in one of the most talked about defensive moves of the season. The stewards looked at it, no penalty. In Austin 2024, he placed his car perfectly to force Lando Norris off track. Lando rejoined ahead of him, but since he gained the place illegally, he got a 5-second penalty. Max didn't just race, he baited a mistake, used the rulebook, and claimed a podium. But it doesn't always go his way. In Mexico 2024, his ultra-aggressive defense scared Lando off the track twice. This time, the stewards hit him with penalties. Still, even those moments reveal how sharp Max's mind is. If he crashes and takes a rival out with him, the points gap stays the same. If he pushes the limits and it works, he wins. If it fails, he still disrupts the competition. Max is playing 5-dimensional chess while others are playing checkers. He knows the rulebook better than some stewards, and he uses that knowledge like a weapon. That's what makes him such a nightmare for rivals. He doesn't just beat you on pace, he outsmarts you on paper. For Max, the rules aren't a barrier, they're a tool, and he's a master craftsman. Comeback king. Give Max Verstappen a bad qualifying and he'll give you a masterpiece. He's not just a front runner, he's a comeback king. Over the years, he's developed a reputation for making the impossible look easy, clawing his way from the back of the grid straight into the history books. Take Spa in 2022. Max started in 14th. Most drivers would have fought for points, maybe a top 6 finish at best. Max, he took the lead by mid-race and never looked back. Then there was Miami in 2023. Starting from 9th, he cut through the field like a scalpel and crushed his teammates' dreams in the process. But the ultimate showcase, Brazil 2024. Max had a 5-place grid penalty and started in 17th. The weather was chaos. Drivers were spinning out left and right, formation laps were aborted, and crashes were constant. And yet, by lap 4, Max was already in the top 10. By halfway, he was second, and not long after, he took the lead again. He pulled off 3 car overtakes, dodged red flags, and drove like he had cheat codes. While others were flailing, Max was focused. He ended the race in first place, shattered Lando's championship hopes, and secured his 4th title from 17th. Comebacks like that aren't supposed to happen in Formula 1, but Max makes them look routine. His ability to recover from setbacks is more than impressive, it's terrifying, because no matter where he starts, you can never count him out. Bad Max equals Mad Max. When things go bad, Max doesn't stay calm, he transforms. Some drivers sulk, others try to play it cool. Max, he becomes Mad Max, a driver willing to say and do anything with 0 filters and even less patience. In Hungary 2024, after crashing into Lewis Hamilton, Max shredded his own team over the radio. His strategist looked like she was about to cry.
Braking.
I'm not even going to get into a radio fight with the other teams, Max.
Back in 2018, he physically shoved Esteban Ocon after a controversial incident and called him a fool on live TV. When the FIA tried to fine him for swearing, Max casually reminded them that other sports don't mic athletes mid-performance. And when the media tried to corner him about penalties, he brushed them off like flies. Even off track, Max is pure chaos. In an Among Us live stream, he lost it completely, accusing other players of lying and threatening nuclear revenge like a comedy villain. The guy's rage isn't just real, it's raw entertainment. This side of Max rubs people the wrong way. Some think it's immature, that he needs to grow up, but others love it because it's genuine. No media training, no script, just Max, pissed off and letting the world hear it. It's wild, unpredictable, and often unfiltered, but it's also part of what makes Max Max. You don't have to like it, but you can't deny it's unforgettable. When Max is angry, everyone pays attention. Zero F's given. Max Verstappen lives on a different wavelength. In a sport obsessed with PR, image, and polished interviews, Max stands out by simply not caring about anything. Legacy? Not really. Fines? Hope they buy dinner and wine. Booing crowds? I take the trophy. They go home. His indifference is legendary. When Kyle Larson claimed he was the better driver, Max didn't even blink. When asked if he'd change his driving style after multiple penalties, his answer was blunt. I don't care. It's not a strategy. It's not for effect. It's just Max being Max. This gives him a mental edge few others have. While other drivers crack under media pressure or try to say the right thing, Max shrugs and moves on. He doesn't play the political game. He doesn't chase headlines. He's in Formula One to drive fast, win races, and go home. That's it. Even after being booed in Miami, his response was pure Verstappen. As long as I'm on the top step, I don't mind.
The popular man around here, there's a lot of Perez fans, they were chanting his name during the anthems, but
He doesn't feed off the crowd. He ignores them entirely. Whether the world praises him or roasts him, Max remains unbothered. It's not just refreshing, it's powerful. This complete disinterest in outside opinions gives him a mental fortress. He's not bulletproof because he blocks out the noise. He's bulletproof because he doesn't hear it in the first place. Unmatched mental fortitude. What separates Max Verstappen from the rest isn't just speed, it's steel. His mental toughness is off the charts. In a sport where pressure destroys careers, Max thrives under it. No matter the stakes, no matter the controversy, he delivers. Think about how many times the odds were against him. A broken car, a teammate underperforming, team strategy blunders, public criticism, and yet Max shows up and performs at the highest level every single time, even when he's facing media storms, FIA crackdowns, or booing fans. He keeps his focus razor sharp. While others are cracking, second-guessing, or apologizing, Max is putting in fastest laps. That kind of resilience isn't common. It's rare even among champions. You can train for speed, you can build better cars, but you can't fake mental strength, and Max has it in abundance. In Brazil 2024, he started 17th and won under the most chaotic conditions. In Miami, despite damage and a safety car ruining his strategy, he still fought to the front. When Lando Norris downplayed his talent, Max didn't take the bait. He let the results speak for themselves. This isn't just talent, it's obsession, discipline, and a bulletproof mindset. Max isn't just fighting for wins, he's fighting to dominate regardless of circumstance, and that's why he's always dangerous. No matter how messy things get, Max Verstappen remains locked in, unmoved, and lethal. Is the legacy of a one-man army. Max Verstappen hasn't just built a career, he's built a legacy, and he did it by being a one-man army. Through pure talent, raw aggression, and unmatched focus, he's dragged Red Bull through bad cars, embarrassing strategies, and seasons where any other driver would have crumbled. Look at his impact. He didn't just beat teammates, he mentally broke them. He didn't just win races, he won them in ways that exposed how flawed the car really was. Sergio Perez had 16 straight races outside the top 5. Max? He was still taking podiums. Same car, different universe. His team often didn't deserve him. They ignored car issues because Max kept winning. They gambled with strategy knowing Max could fix their mistakes, and when he couldn't, they fell apart. It's a dangerous dependency, and Max has carried that weight for years without hesitation. He's not just a driver, he's a complete system. Fast, smart, ruthless, and unshakable. He's made comeback wins look routine. He's battled through rain, chaos, penalties, and politics. He's outlasted rivals, dodged mind games, and stayed icy in the face of pressure. And the scariest part, he's still only in his 20s. Max Verstappen's legacy is already cemented, not just in trophies, but in the way he's reshaped the sport. He's the benchmark, now the standard others have to meet. And if you're not ready for that level of obsession, aggression, and dominance, you're not ready for Formula One.